Welcome to Ishura's world. I'm a life coach. Ishura's world. Welcome to Ishura's world. I'm a life coach. Welcome to Ishura's world. I'm a life coach. Ishura's world. Welcome to Ishura's world. 'Cause she's a life coach. Hi everyone, my name is Ishura, and on this beautiful day, which is the 14th of January, February, March, April, May 2015, I'm here, Ishura, your international life coach, sharing with you today my circle of knowledge. Okay, this circle, the title of this review is going to be called, it is so bright out here. The title of this review is called the Moorish video game of life. The Moorish video game of life. The Moorish video game of life. One more time, the title of this presentation, this circle of info, is the Moorish video game of life. Okay, and it has been brought to you by the letter A for the letter M for the letter S for the letter W for by the special sound meditation sounds. It's also been brought to you by the gods and the goddesses. I'm being sarcastic, you guys, and funny. The spawn, but based on the truth, like the TV. The enemy and the dark side, the light side, the all and the self. Because we are all together living in a live video game. I repeat, we are all living together inside of what I like to call a video game. Now, the guy who gave me the concept of this train of thought, I'm going to find out the information because I don't remember, and I'm going to leave the information in the link down below. I have to remember the guy who gave me this perspective and allowed me to digest the information he was given. I think it was a book, but I'll leave his information down below. And if you're watching this and know who I'm speaking of, the guy who basically makes this template of life being like a video game. But I connect it like a little bit uniquely, a little bit more different. But again, I do believe that life is a video game. And we are the players here. Whether you're a good player or a bad player, this world, everyone on it, excluding the extraterrestrials, excluding the other species, excluding the different time dimension species that come in and out of this third dimensional realm. They do it through birds. Yes, there are some extraterrestrials, some other species can literally affect our third dimension by jumping into birds, jumping into squirrels, jumping into people, in and out of people. Like, the soul and the spirit is a very powerful thing, and other terrestrials use it for their good, because the raw materials, which is nature, earth, water, stones, crystals, magic, all the things this third dimensional world, United States of America, has banned all the stuff, all the reason why they come to this world to steal from us and to live here, because it's a fun place to live. It's a video game. Where do you think they got the idea from? Monopoly, you know what I mean? But while we play the Monopoly side of life, you're supposed to be actually playing the chess game of life, but everybody's playing Monopoly instead of playing chess, because chess you use with your mind, and Monopoly, it's the moves you make, how quick you can move. And as an adept, as a person, I believe, who's a student also in learning to become better and master of her own self, I feel that chess should be played with the thinking and becoming better and self-taught and self-lesson and due diligence and studying. That's what makes us better within ourselves. And within doing that, we become better players. But unfortunately, a good 90 to 95% of this world are being played. But as the Moorish video game of life in the eyes of Ishara, copyright 2015, you need to understand from my perspective that when it comes to playing the game, I believe that the people who made the games, like Monopoly is run by a corporation, they got that from the intergalactic extraterrestrials, the Canis group, the Satars, the Anunnaki, Enlil, the father who created all of us, you know, the band and pale-skinned white man came from us, the Moorish people. But we tend to also forget that this is just a game here, and you shouldn't take life so seriously. It's because the gods and the goddesses from the intergalactic space, like I said before, plays this universal game with us on this third dimensional world, which we call United States of America. And they created us, this species, by beginning with Enlil to basically use as their little puppets. Like, we're all puppets to them. It just depends on what level puppetry you're in when it comes to this world. But I'm here to tell you as a life coach, that it's only a game. Life is not real. It's only a game. But just because life is not real and it's only a game doesn't mean you can shit it away, because you're either going to be replaying the same layer of life over and over and over again, or every time you live, you get better. Every time you experience life, you experience better and higher and greater things. But there are people, so 90%, mind you, are so stuck in this third dimensional world playing like Monopoly instead of like chess. They're living the same mundane, stupid lives over and over and over and over again in reincarnation. So we are players of our emotions, and the strings, the people that are pulling the strings of our emotion is the intergalactic. And if you think that we're the only species in this world, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! I did the sound of hitting. Okay. All right. I thought I took a picture. Okay. I thought I stopped it. Wake up. Wake up. Because realize that it's either you're going to elevate your mind or you're going to elevate your pockets and your movements. And that's not going to get you nowhere for the next lifetime. So you need to know, as someone who is in this game, whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not, it is what it is. But I'm going to keep it real with you, because you'll learn as you watch my videos. As Ishara, I'm going to show you many sides of me. That's what makes me goddess, is because unlike the man, I can create a baby. And unlike the man, my Kundalini, the energy, is very potent, it's womanly strong, because it has to be womanly strong to create. And this is why we need to, as human beings, to always self-medicate ourselves with the holistic ways of thinking and feeling, so we can get to a higher state of mind. But if not, you're going to constantly be a pawn in this little chess game of life, and you're always going to be moved around by the influentials, by the one percenters, and you're never going to be able to elevate self. You know what I mean? So when you make it matter to you about elevating your mind, then it comes all about self. It doesn't come about your son. It doesn't become about your friends. It doesn't become about what other people say. It don't become about what your mama say, what your dad. It becomes about what you want and what you're trying to achieve in life. And within doing that, you're getting better and elevating yourself to the next lifetime. So know that mistakes are going to be granted. They will happen, but you have to make mistakes, learn from them, and move on. Because without making mistakes, you can't know what you don't want. And if you don't know what you don't want, how are you going to know what you do want? So know that making mistakes is a part of life, but at the same time, moving forward after the mistakes and learning is also. Or you're going to continually do the same mistakes over and over again, and that's stunt. That's no growth. That's a two-minded thinking type person. So try your best to never go backwards and stay forwards and stay blessed. And if you think you're blessed, then you yourself is going to be blessed. This sun is killing me, guys. I'm sorry. This sun is killing me. I'm sorry. Okay. So as a life coach, I've made it my business to, one, I want my son to see my baby Audrin. I'm going to make a remember video for you, which I did already, but I'm going to do another one. And all of this is more so for you than anybody else, because I want you to see what mommy was thinking and feeling and try to remember all the things I told you in private. Okay? So no, if you want to win at this game called life, okay, let's rewind real quick, because I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again. I'm keeping it real. I'm being honest. Either you take it or you leave it. I'm not going to say it again. You are a player in this game called life from your Moorish destiny, and it's either up to you to stay two-minded and repeating and reincarnating the same type of lives, not getting no better, or you can achieve one-mindedness. And by achieving one-mindedness, you are turning from two-minded to one-minded, which is spirit, and constantly moving, constantly elevating, constantly reaching better and better with each lifetime cycle that you go through. So here's some things you can do to help you win this game called life. Number one, remember, it is your life and nobody else's. Your mom can be an influence, anybody can be an influence, but it's your life. And your life is your choices. And by making your choices with your life, it's up to you to see how your life turns out to be. The good and the bad, people. The good and the bad is a part of the process, part of the metaphysical process. So take the good with a grain of salt, and take the bad with a grain of salt, and take the good with a huge, huge helping of appreciation and love. Another way, number two way you can help win this way called life is by continuing to love self. Because by continuing to love self and loving family, you are mixing that karmic pot of gumbo that will give you a prosperous return in many different levels. Many different levels. There are 9 dimensions, but I'm speaking of many different levels of life, which is emotional, physical, and mental, and walks of life and things of that nature. You can be blessed on many levels. It's not just being blessed through cash. It's not just being blessed through the people that's around you. There's a lot of things you can be blessed with. Realize it. It's an alarm. It's an alarm. Realize your blessings, people. It's an alarm. It's an alarm. Realize your blessings, people. Seriously. When you appreciate your blessing, you're stirring the part of karmic get back bowl to come and smack you right in the freaking face. Number 3, another way to win this game called life is whatever you choose and however you choose to do it, get your financials in order. Again, this is highly VIP information. When I started from a couple of points where you can win the game of life, you're going into the life coach aspect of my living. But because I'm so grateful for all of the people who bless me with financial return of what I know I'm passionate about, I am very excited to give that same passion, to give that same return back, giving solid secret society information for free. Just like Molasky and Ra Hotep, their links will be down to below. Oh, I never did that. Their links will be down below. Molasky is a blessed sister of knowledge who spits the truth about life. And Ra Hotep, he's more of an interdimensional being, and he's visited many places. Molasky is brain smart, and Ra Hotep is spiritually old man smart. You know, but both of them is really good. And I look up to those people. And this is why, another reason why I've chosen to make my channel and have my channel, because they remind me there are different people out there like me, and we get it. We get the world we in, and we choose what we want to choose, and it's either a better life or the same life every time. So rule number 3, not rule number 3, but gain potential number 3 is keep your financials in order. Like, seriously, get money however you can get money. One beautiful thing about this fucked up world is that the possibilities for currency, for green paper, for debt paper exchange back and forth, the potential is high. It is phenomenal, you guys. You can make money anywhere, but keep in mind, money and assets are 2 different things. Land and currency, debt paper, a debt, which is a note of paper in your pocket. They've just made this world be to the point where you have to carry this debt of paper, this green paper that everybody's chasing. It's nothing. It's backed by nothing. Look at your dollar bill, people. It's backed by nothing. But when you start getting into assets and gold and land and stocks and trust, that's when you know you have something to leave behind for your family, for your legacy. And that's one of my main goals as a international life coach of a beautiful prince of our family legacy. Also, number 4, you have to keep the negative to a minimum, people. Listen, I know I'm talking metaphysics here, and I know I'm talking sometimes over people's heads, and they be like, what is this girl talking about? But I'm talking metaphysics here. I'm talking mental state of being, spiritual state of being, physical state of being, all balanced to the point where one-mindedness is ease, and it's simple, and it's not a problem, okay? It's not a problem, but it's a huge problem for so many people. And I'm here as a life coach trying to bless as many people as I can on YouTube who rolls upon my channel. That here as a life coach, I'm trying to inform you that you are the player of this game called life, and it's either you're gonna fuck it up or you're gonna make do and make good with whatever you're giving, because there's no perfect situations, boys and girls, kings and queens, misses and misters. There is no cookie cutter way of doing it. Everybody experiences life differently on their own level of thought patterns and thinking. So there's no perfect good. There's good and there's bad. And what makes you the different from the other person is how you deal with good and bad. Okay? That's what makes y'all all different. How you deal with good and bad. Do you wow out, or do you use it for your benefit and make it better? Perfect example, P. Diddy. P. Diddy was a worker for a record label, and now he owns his own record label and a whole bunch of other stuff, because every time he hit a hump, he learned from it and became better. Also, last but final little tidbit truth on being a winner of this game, this Moorish legacy game of life: play chess, don't play Monopoly. And if you're in Monopoly, get out of Monopoly and get into chess, because that thinking life game, it's a totally different game. Totally different feelings, totally different levels. And if you're not ready for it, stay in Monopoly, stay in grammar school, but don't try to come up to the college point if you're not ready to take your mind there. Stay in elementary Monopoly life until you're ready mentally to come up to the college point and transcend dimensions and levels, you know? So love yourself. That's the last one. Loving yourself is key, and by loving yourself, you're going to have all that you need to deal with the good, the bad, the pretty, the sweet, the sour, or the lime. Okay? Perfect example to prove my point that this is just a video game. Look at what they teach you in school about the Greeks. Look at your TV screens and your movie. I don't know if you guys remember this movie, but there was one movie I watched, and the gods were chilling in the clouds. It was Zeus, it was Nefertiti, it was all of those Greek gods chilling up in the clouds. And as they were chilling up in the clouds, they looking down, the gods. This is a movie, my people. They were looking down. Oh, my back. They were looking down, and they were looking down, and they were looking down at the humans. And the gods are the ones who blessed who they wanted to bless. The gods from the Greek mythology was the ones who told them who got the powers, who didn't get the powers, who died when it was time for someone to die. The gods and the goddesses are the ones that fought with each other. This is a copy example that you get from a secret society truth, that we are just a video game, and the extraterrestrials are the ones who pull our emotional strings, people. The extraterrestrials are, oh, like I said in the back, you're going to see many sides of Ishara, okay? I have many sides, and that's what makes me goddess. Yes, I could rock a wig and be a diva like Beyonce, but I could also take that wig off and be a Harriet Tubman up in this mother sucker. Can you hear me? 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 Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. So know that there are many sides to me, and I'm just not a one-sided person, because when you get into the higher levels of thinking and feeling, the norm doesn't go for you. You get that you're not normal. You get that you're out of the box. You get that you're outside looking in. Okay, and this is just a proof fact that this is where the Greek mythologies come from. They come from our true Moorish legacy reality, is that they watch us work and play and love and hate, and they suck up the raw materials. Yes, raw materials is not just the rocks, the nature, the grass, the crystals. No, it's also the human emotion, people. It's also the human emotion, people. It's also, do you notice that when I'm saying something important, I say it 3 times. It's also the human emotion, people. The human emotion, they eat that shit up and they watch us move. And that's why they set up scenarios and situations to get us upset, to get us mad. All of y'all feeding into the agenda every time you speak about a policeman who kills a black man or a black person. All of you feeding into the agenda, because that's not the only hurt in this world. We also deal with the largest human sex trafficking ring ever internationally. Slavery is rampant, taking our babies, turning them into sex slaves, taking our children, turning them into sex slaves. And all you guys want to hump and jump and yell and scream about is a couple of black people getting killed? Are you serious? It's more than that, people. It's more than a color. It's more than a race. It's humanity. We're all the same. It's humanity. Stop making it about a color and making it about a species. We as humans will always be slaves until we come and unite and tell the extraterrestrials, this is not right, what are you doing is wrong, and we will not tolerate anymore. We will not tolerate it anymore. But we scared. If we're not scared, we're comfortable. If we're not comfortable, we don't care. If we don't care, we're just chilling in our own world. It's important, you guys, and in a couple of decades, I see a change coming. And when this change come, the babies who are like 5 and the babies 10 years from now are gonna be these species are gonna be reckoned with, and they're gonna have a level of thought that the baby boomers right now don't have, because they're all stuck in the 3rd dimensional realm. So know that I have truth and fact with this. Like, where do you think they got the Greek mythologies from? The Zeus would give his son Solomon. In the Bible, in the Bible, Samson and Delilah. That's another Bible story that is derived from the truth. We had gods that blessed human beings with supernatural powers. We had goddesses that were upset at God, so they wreaked havoc on the human earth and caused problems with the humans because they were upset with what was going on in the supreme being. Like, this is how it rolls. This is how it is. And you need to understand that goddess Mut from the Egyptian culture, and the Anunnaki grandson Enlil, and the Anunnaki daughter Nimhursung, and the 6 to 7 dimensional beings, the Unkils, that made the first set of humans after the Adapa guerrilla workers. You know what I mean? You need to know your past as a I hate to say black because I'm not color coded, as a Moor. And everybody's a Moor. So as a Moor, you need to elevate your mind and the truth about our history. Also, you need to understand that this life right here, this monopoly life we're living right here, is primitive, my people. It's primitive, my brothers and sisters. Like, I've lived many lives, and I've been blessed to be revealed the many lives that I've lived through my dreams and through meditational thoughts. And I'm telling you now, you guys, 2015, January, February, March, April, May, the 14th of 2015, this is a primitive life. We drive with sticks. We clean with our hands and brooms. This is primitive. I'm driving because I switch up energies. I have about 12 different energies that stay in my energy source on a constant basis. And sometimes when I'm driving, I get into the energy source of, how did these fools of the United States of America give me a driver's license? Because I'm like, this is so primitive. Stop, go, yellow light, green light, make a right, make a left. This is a primitive lifestyle. We've lived many decades of high thinking, high vibrational living. And this right here United States of America is as primitive as it gets because they tell us what to do with everything. So just know that, and know that this is as primitive as it gets. And even with the primitive status of this life cycle, we have ghetto, we have rich people, we have moms and dads not doing the right thing, just doing some real grime ball type activity, and it's not fair, it's not right, and it doesn't elevate the man. And I mean, there are some people who live ratchetly, but they're not interested in elevating. And if you're not interested in elevating, you wouldn't be around me. So here comes some VIP info. I'm going to give you some clues to utilize magic to help you gain all that you desire in life. I'm going to give you, and I don't do this often, but I'm going to do it now, a little bit of VIP information on magic so you can then utilize it in your own life to gain. And I have to put a warning right here. Use at your own risk, because magic not done correctly can sometimes mess up your energy and situation. But the only way you get better at it is if you practice. If you can't pay someone like me to do your magic for you, then you have to practice like I did to become better at it and just deal with the consequences of your practice sessions or wrongdoings. Okay? So 1, you can utilize a mantra, a shower mantra. I want to bless you guys with this. Utilize a shower mantra. And what a shower mantra is every time you get in the shower for about a week, you could do it longer than a week, but a week is all you need, but you can continue to do it on for as long as you need. And when you get in the shower, you repeat these words as a mantra to win the game of life. I am the void of emotion. Everything is neutral. I am the void of emotion. Everything is neutral. I am the void of emotion. Everything is neutral. Or if that may be too strong, you can cut it down to I am, what's the word? No, I want to give you a powerful word. I am neutral. I am neutral. Repeat that while you're taking a shower and wash off all the negative and all the angry feelings only in the shower, and try to stay as positive as you can throughout the whole day. That right there for a week will help you gain some energy momentum for your life when it comes to winning the game. Because how you win the game of the Moorish Legacy life is very simple. Every time you live a life, you're living a better life, or you're getting better with age within this life. If you're like wine like me and get better with age, as time go by, you're winning this game of life. It doesn't have to do with money. It doesn't have to do with gain. It doesn't have to do with how many people's in your family. It all has to do with self-motivation, self-thought, self-enlightenment, self-focus. Next thing you can do, VIP information, is I'd love for you to do a dance prayer. A dance prayer is when you turn on positive music. It cannot be no negative thoughts or sentences in it. It has to be positive. The music can't be too harsh. And if it is harsh, you have to feel it and enjoy it. And because you have to let your inhibitions go and just dance a dance prayer of winning this game. And while you do that, you're listening to whatever song you choose. You dance, and then you imagine all the things you want in your life coming into your life. And you're dancing a praise of worship to yourself to take you mentally, visually, as you close your eyes and dance, to a place of where you want to be. You're visioning it, and as you're dancing, you're giving praise to it. And also think of your family and your loved ones and what you want to bless them with, and within doing that magic dance will help with your game. And also, last but not least, a little bit of magic VIP information from Ishura, your life coach, to help you gain a higher perspective of this silly little game called life. Stop getting mad. It's only a game. Stop getting mad. Become better at the game, or just play it and pretend you're not playing it and keep on losing and keep on getting mad. It's up to you guys. You either can stay mad or learn from it and get better and stay balanced and stay happy. And the last thing you have to do, or should do, I should say, when it comes to gaining on the magic aspect of this game called life, is that you have to stay around the environment of what you're trying to reach for, or you should try to ascertain that environment that you're trying to reach. And if that environment doesn't coincide with the environment that you're trying to reach for, you really shouldn't be in it. You should be basically by yourself. Oops.